Hi, I'm Lourdes Starshower, Tantra Healer, Florida. This active meditation is to support you in deep, pleasurable embodiment, self-love, and deep presence. Tantra is sacred sexuality, and it's all about self-love, because the most important thing about Tantra is the love that you expand for yourself, and then the love that you expand between yourself and your divine source, and the love that you expand between yourself and Mother Earth, and between yourself and all of nature. This is the first step. The next step is to expand your heart to receive other people and to fully connect deeply in relationship with other people. And then to connect yourself to your heart, your sexuality, and your spirituality united as one. So in Tantra, we perceive of spiritual growth as the expansion, harmony, enlightenment, and bringing together of all of our chakras, not just our upper chakras, to open the gateway and the conversation and the communion between ourselves and each one of these chakras is how we're going to continue on this meditation today. And finally, I'm going to bring you into deep communion between yourself and your sacred genitalia. Heart math has shown us that there are more neural pathways between our heart and our brain, messages traveling between our heart and our brain, than there are between our brain and our heart. So our heart intelligence is even more important in accessing wisdom than our cerebral intelligence. We know intuitively the importance of our gut intelligence, our ability to feel a heaviness when something is wrong or when there's an untruth in our presence, and a lightness when something is right or true or the correct path to follow. What isn't quite as well known is that we can access deep wisdom by connecting to the intelligence of our sacred genitalia, our second chakra. It's becoming more and more common in women's circles and the goddess movement for women to listen to and connect to the womb wisdom that we have inside of us. There isn't as much information out there about men connecting to the wisdom of their sacred genitalia, their lingam in Tantra, which means wand of light, and or their vajra in Tantra, which means thunderbolt. I'm going to connect you deeply in this meditation to earth and to heaven and to all of nature, to your entire body and the wisdom of all of your energy centers, as well as bring you into delicious communion, connection, and conversation with this third aspect of wisdom that is little known and little practiced, except in Tantra. At the end of this meditation, you'll have access by going on my website to a class that I taught titled Energy, Breath, and Whole Body Orgasm, and a segment of that which is titled Accessing Energy in the Tantric Way for Higher Level Orgasms and Pleasure. In this meditation, we won't be going into an orgasmic experience, and yet we'll be accessing parts of ourselves that will support us for cosmic sex, as well as cosmic union by ourselves with the divine, by ourselves with a partner, and by ourselves with all of nature. And now we begin. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and to also breathe very deeply as I guide you through this meditation. So first, we'll practice a deep breath. Inhaling through the nose to bring in more oxytocin and more pleasure and more ease and more grace in your body, and then exhaling through your mouth. Let's practice that first. Big slow inhale through your nose. And then a big full exhale through your mouth. And if you can't go that slow or that full at first, just work within your own abilities. The more you practice deep, full, slow breaths, the more you're able to access them and the more powerful they are for you. In coming into deep presence, the state in Tantra, which is known as Tantric presence, where your body and your heart are flowing and your analytical, judgmental mind is quiet and serene and observing without getting in our way. So here we go, beginning with a breath to connect us deeply to our vertical alignment, our connection to earth and to sky and to all of nature. Big slow inhale, imagining that you're going to connect deeply to Mother Earth, starting with an exhalation and then a big full inhale through your nose. Allowing Mother Earth to completely fill your body while you hold your breath for a moment. And then on your exhalation, imagine yourself connecting even more deeply into your chair and into the support of the earth. And then pausing for a moment, feeling your connection to the earth. Perhaps you can imagine that your feet are opening up and connecting deeply to the wisdom, the roots, the soil, the heart, down in the deep center of Mother Earth. And then exhale to prepare. Now we're going to bring in Father Sky. Big slow inhale from up above. Holding your breath for a moment, imagining that channel still open, bringing in light and love from above. And then on your exhalation through your mouth, exhaling even more fully into your chair, into your connection to the earth, while being fully supported by Father Sky, Divine Source. On the next inhalation, we're going to inhale deeply from all of nature. Exhaling to prepare, and then inhaling from nature all around us, our favorite trees, animals, flowers, and all beings. Big slow inhale through your nose. Holding your breath for a moment, holding your awareness inside of your body and feeling your connection to your favorite flowers and creatures and trees. And then on your exhalation through your mouth, again dropping into the support of the earth, the sky, and all of nature all around you. Now taking a moment with your eyes closed to feel in your body, feeling and imagining a deep and even deeper connection to the earth, an even deeper connection, wider, higher, fuller, to Father Sky, and an even wider, richer connection to all of nature, the trees and the flowers and the earth. Allowing yourself to just feel that for a moment as you take slow, deep breaths. On the next step of our journey, I'm going to connect you through all of your chakras to the element of nature and the color that supports each one. Beginning with number 1, our root chakra, and moving up through our chakras to our crown and above. So beginning with an exhalation, imagine that you can bring in, again, the earth, the roots, and the soil into the base of your spine, your first chakra. Big slow inhale, nose. Filling your roots with the earth as you hold your breath for a moment. And then exhaling down into an even deeper connection with the earth. On your next inhalation, still with your root chakra, you're going to be inhaling the color red. Big slow inhale now, red into your root. Holding your breath for a moment, filling your feet and your legs and your hips with the color red. And then as you exhale, feeling yourself deeply connected to the earth, your roots, the soil, and the color red. And just feeling, sensing, being in that for a moment. And then exhaling to prepare to move up to your second chakra, your sexy chakra, your creativity, your emotional well-being. Big slow inhale, the ocean into your hips. Holding your awareness and your presence in your pelvis and feeling the ocean penetrating your pelvis. And then as you exhale, feeling even more that you're expanding your pelvis into connection with the ocean. Another big inhale, the color is orange. Bringing orange now into your pelvis and your second chakra. Holding your awareness for a moment inside of your pelvis and slowly exhaling and releasing anything in your sexy chakra that no longer serves you. Any shame, any past ideas about anything less than absolute wisdom, beauty, and brilliance in your second chakra and your sexual desires in connection with your heart. And just feeling that for a moment, the ocean and the color red and your beautiful light-filled second chakra. And then we're going to move into our third chakra, our solar plexus, the place where we connect directly to the wisdom of divine guidance and to our abilities to move our gifts into the world. The inhalation brings in either golden sun or fire, whichever you prefer. Big inhale now. And holding your breath for a moment, imagining that the fire or the sun are deeply filling your entire core, and then exhaling down into the earth, feeling an even stronger connection with your core, to warmth, to sun, to fire, to your personal power, and the divine guidance behind your personal power. And then we're going to move up into our heart chakra. And the element is air or breath. And I add the element of the trees, the canopies of trees, because the trees are our direct connection to oxygen, our prana, and love. And they support us in ways that we can't even imagine. So imagining on your inhale into your heart chakra, connecting to the trees and the air. Big slow inhalation. Holding your awareness in your heart, allowing your heart to expand, and then slowly exhaling, feeling our heart expanding and the release of any non-love that has ever occurred in our past. And feeling that expansion in our heart as we take another inhalation to bring in the color, which is emerald green. Big slow inhale, emerald green into our heart. And holding our awareness again in our heart, feel that beautiful emerald green penetrating our hearts and the air and the trees if you wish. And then as you exhale, allow yourself to really feel how divinely loved you are and how you really are love. Love is who you are. And feeling that for a moment in your heart, moving up to your throat chakra. The element is the blue sky, and the color is sky blue. So a big slow inhale into that place inside of us that allows us to hear our truth and speak our truth. Big slow inhalation of blue sky into our throat. Holding your awareness at your throat, holding your breath for a moment, feeling the penetration of the sky and the expansion of your throat, and then exhaling down into your body, the wisdom of your throat, and the greater ability to speak your truth. One more inhalation here with sky blue. Big slow inhale. And holding your breath, feeling the expansion again of the blue sky, expanding our throat, releasing any lies we tell ourselves, and slowly exhaling into our truth and the expansion of our ability to use our voice, connected to our wisdom. Moving now into our third eye, which is actually a channel between the forehead, the male portal, and the medulla, the base of the skull, the female portal. So we're going to imagine a beam of light coming in from way out in front of us, moving right through our head on a diagonal backwards. To expand, of course, our clair abilities, our extraordinary abilities that are actually quite ordinary once we open to them, because we're all supposed to have them. A big slow inhale of white light slowly into our third eye channel. Holding our breath for a moment and just imagining that beam of light moving in and out through our third eye, expanding all of our abilities. And then exhaling through our mouth down into our connect, direct knowing of all of our abilities and our ability to even expand them more. Another inhalation with the color indigo blue or violet, whichever you see. I see violet. Big slow inhale again into your head, the color indigo blue, violet. And holding your awareness in your head, feeling that indigo blue and that violet filling your head. And then a slow exhale, deepening even more your expansion into all of your extraordinary abilities. Finally, moving into the crown of our head, our direct connection to Source, our connection to our angels, our direct connection to the divinity inside and outside of ourselves, to all of the divine, whatever you call it. The element is divine source, and the color is a white golden light, and some people also see some purple in that. So a big slow inhale into divine source, directly into the crown of your head. Holding your breath, the crown of your head expanding upward and outward into the divine, and then slowly exhaling down into the earth, feeling our expansion of our divine source, our divine nature, our divine self. One more inhalation, feeling big, beautiful stream, flow of white golden light coming from all of the divine source. And then slowly exhaling down into our body, feeling ourselves at one with the divine. Taking a moment here to feel that and to bring that into even further embodiment. Within ourselves. And finally, moving into the pièce de résistance, our divine connection to our heart and our sacred genitalia. So I'd like you to place your hand over your second chakra, your genitals, and your other hand over the heart. I use my left hand over my genitals and my right hand over my heart. And closing your eyes, feeling that connection between your heart and your divine wisdom from your womb, your wand of light, your thunderbolt, the sacredness. God didn't make any nasty, naughty parts. He gave us all of our chakras for our full empowerment, our full enrichment, our full embodiment, our full pleasure in our bodies. And so as we connect, I'm going to ask you to do a gentle rocking while holding your right hand on your genitals and your left hand on your genitals and your right hand on your heart. Or you can reverse it if that feels better for you. And just breathing in. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing into your heart and lighting your heart up with beautiful red, glowing, white light. And then exhaling that white light and glowing red into your genitals. So inhaling into your heart, exhaling that heart love into your genitals. Rocking a little bit more. And with each inhalation, connecting even more deeply into your love for yourself, your love for your own heart, and the connection between love in your heart and love in your sacred genitals. So we're infusing our genitals with more and more love for our self-love, our self-pleasure, and our ability to find even more pleasure through love if and when we connect to a partner. In that deep space of connection between your heart and your genitals. Continuing to inhale into our heart and exhale down into our genitals. Now inhale from genitals to heart. And exhale from heart to genitals. Inhaling divine love, self-love, juicy love. And exhaling more love, more pleasure, more connection, more ability to feel and connect to pleasure. And now, as we are even more connected, you may start to feel a tingliness. You may become aroused, and that's perfectly fine. And I recommend that you just keep your hand there and don't do anything with your arousal yet. You have plenty of time to do that when we finish the meditation. But for now, it's really all about this energetic connection that we're going to continue to create. And you may feel a warmth and a tingliness in your legs, in your pelvis, in your whole body. And now I'm going to invite you to ask your sacred, sexy chakra and your sacred womb and your sacred lingam. What do you want? And then just listen. And then ask again, what do you want? Let it bubble up from inside of you as you listen deeply. And then ask again, what do you want? And I'm going to invite you to just listen a little bit longer and see what streams in. And then finally, I'm going to invite you to ask your sacred sexy chakra, what would you like me to know? Big inhalation, and listen for the answer. What would you like me to know? And asking again, with deep listening, what more would you like me to know? And then just listening for a little bit longer. And then one more question for your sacred, sexy chakra in connection to your heart. If you're not getting answers, maybe you want to place a gentle finger on your third eye and just trust that your third eye is expanding and opening even more to that wisdom as you ask, how can I serve you? And just listen with deep trust and deep awareness. I'm going to invite you to make this a regular practice, connecting deeply to your heart. In fact, you can light up your heart with red glowing light and send it through your fingers. You can imagine that now, sending beautiful, vibrant, golden light from your heart out into your fingers, and feel them glowing. And then bringing that beautiful red golden light up into the wisdom of your third eye, into your mouth, into your throat, and also bringing that heart wisdom down into your genitals, just by imagining this golden red light traveling down from your heart down into your genitals. That's another beautiful self-practice. So I've brought you 3, maybe 4 solo practices that you can do at any time. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. My name is Lourdes Starshower. My website is Tantra Healer Florida. My free gift is accessible on my website, and it's called Tantric. Well, I'm in such a beautiful space now, I can't think along linear lines for a moment, but it's the way that Tantrikas access and use energy in order to expand whole body orgasms and even deeper orgasmic presence. I'm here for you. If you have any questions or comments, please drop me a line. There's a contact form on my website. It's been a pleasure being with you. Namaste. I honor the divinity inside of you and the divinity inside your sexy chakra. Namaste.